Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight's dinner, baked spaghetti, and tonight's topic, Midnight Desires, episodes 1 through 7. 8, 9, and 10 will be uploaded next week. Let's get started. If you all are following the story, then you know that Carrington's story begins with a glimpse into her routine life where things with her husband David have become predictable and mundane. While they have a long-standing marriage and children, Carrington starts to feel the weight of a relationship that becomes more about obligations rather than passion. This chapter sets up her internal struggle between loyalty and desire for something new. As Carrington becomes more aware of the cracks in her marriage, Marcus, a younger mysterious man, enters the picture. The chemistry between them is undeniable, sparking emotions that Carrington hasn't felt in years with her husband. It's here that we start to see Carrington wrestle with temptation, feeling alive but yet conflicted. Carrington begins to interact with Marcus, her client, and leading to a night that blurs the lines between a client, professional, and infidelity. She steps into a world that feels dangerous but thrilling, and the secrecy begins to build tension in her otherwise predictable life. Her guilt is evident, but so is her hunger for the freedom that Marcus represents. The consequences of Carrington's action starts to unfold, and her husband David begins to notice her changes in the behavior. And Carrington realizes that juggling an affair and her marriage isn't easy for anyone. She becomes torn between her responsibilities as a wife and as a mother, and her desire to feel alive again. As it becomes harder to hide the affair, Carrington's guilt starts to affect her emotionally. She questions if the risk is worth it, and she considers whether she should let go of Marcus or confront the issues of her marriage head on. And the chapter begins to dive into her inner conflict, showing her realization that she can't have it all without consequences. Her husband David's suspicion is now growing, and he's becoming more and more confronting to Carrington about her behavior. Their conversations are tense and filled with underlying accusations. The marriage feels like it's hanging by a thread, and Carrington must face the reality of potentially losing everything she has built with David. But David has a little secret of his own. Carrington reaches a breaking point. She's forced to make a decision to either fully commit to repairing the marriage with David or to embrace the thrill she feels with Marcus, knowing it could cost her everything. And if you guys are following the episodes, then you know that at that point, it's making a shift to where Carrington is now struggling to find her true path, even if it means letting go of her deepest desire. But we won't stop there, because later on we introduce Jake. And Jake is an old friend of Carrington from college. And he has been a part of their lives for years, a close family friend that is often around, often showing support, giving insight, which makes him a steady presence in Carrington's world. However, his role starts to shift as he becomes a confidant to Carrington in other ways. As Carrington begins to feel disconnected from David, she finds herself leaning more on Jake for emotional support. Jake is someone who knows both her and David well, and his perspective enough to sense the tension brewing between them. He becomes a safe outlet for Carrington, offering her the understanding she desperately craves, without the complexity of her connection with Marcus. As Carrington's affair with Marcus intensifies, Jake starts noticing the changes in her. He's protective, his instinct starts to kick in, and he becomes increasingly concerned about the potential fallout of her choices. He doesn't confront her directly, but he tries to guide her back towards her marriage, hoping she won't jeopardize the family. Instead, they end up having an affair. Even though Jake has been a long trusted family friend to Carrington and David, their relationship grows complicated as Carrington begins confiding in him about her dissatisfaction in the marriage. Jake provides comfort and emotional support. Carrington has been missing it from David, and soon their connection crosses into something more intense and forbidden. Now, the affair with Jake is unlike her attraction to Marcus. Jake knows her history, her family, and her marriage intimately, making this entanglement a betrayal that hits closer to home. The affair brings a new layer of emotional complexity as Carrington finds herself torn between the family and her friendship. Jake brings comfort. He offers that versus Marcus offering dangerous and excitement. Jake's presence feels safe, yet their secret meetings are charged with the thrill of secrecy. Despite the risk, their bond feels natural, a connection Carrington finds hard to resist. The tension gets deeper. Secrets begin to unravel, especially when Ethan comes into the picture. Now, Carrington met Ethan in college, and she got pregnant by him. And Olivia turned out to be Ethan's daughter versus David. Carrington has raised her daughter with David as David's biological child. As things starts to heat up, the hidden truth adds weight to the current affair, complicating their dynamic even further. Carrington is having problems with Marcus, even though she's trying to break it off, and now she's having problems with Jake because Jake is wanting her to be around a little bit more than normal. As their secret relationship rekindles, Jake's bond with Carrington becomes more visible, raising unspoken questions about their connection. Carrington feels the tension between her past decisions and the present risk of it all coming to light. As Carrington juggles her relationship with David, Jake, Marcus, and now even Ethan, she's faced with a critical choice. Either continue hiding these life-altering secrets or come clean and risk losing everything she has built. As the hidden secrets intensifies and the pull between loyalty and desire delicates the line between love, betrayal, and family, that the stakes are getting even higher. And then there's the anonymous message that she received while eating dinner with Ethan one night. An anonymous text message. So now Carrington is trying to decide or decipher who this text message is actually coming from. Could it be coming from Marcus, or could it be coming from a woman? You guys, the moment is adding up to a layer of thrilling suspense. And in Carrington's world, no one is without secrets. So you guys, be sure to tune in next week for episodes 8, 9, and 10 of Midnight Desires. Things are getting extra juicy, and you won't want to miss a single twist. Episode 10 will be the final episode where we'll wrap up the season, but there's so much more in store. Starting soon, I'll be releasing 20-minute bite-sized videos with new illustrated scenes tailored for adults only. These special episodes will let you dive deeper into Carrington's world. For those of you who want even more extended versions, you'll be available to get those on Buy Me a Coffee, where you can show your support for the channel and enjoy exclusive content that dives even deeper into this thrilling tale. See you next week, and thank you for following along. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Bye.